Sometimes we make changes out of inspiration. Sometimes we make them out of desperation. Sometimes we embrace the changes that are needed. Sometimes we resist the changes that are needed. Well, the pandemic of 2020 has forced us as dealerships to embrace digital retailing. Look, that customer that sends an inquiry in from the classifieds or from online, man, they're as serious today as a walk-in customer. And it's time to get serious about our digital communication. We need to learn to deliver an exceptional experience with every customer. But we also have to understand that we got to pay bills now. As I always say, we got to be able to feed the beast, but we also need to fuel the future. Well, feeding the beast, that's selling cars now, making money, paying our bills. Can't forget about the customers in front of us. And quite frankly, the digital inquiry and the face-to-face customer are often the same person. That's why frictionless is so important to understand how to have a frictionless negotiation with the customers. But at the same time, we need to embrace and improve our digital communication with customers. How do we communicate? How do we create that engagement? And the videos we're going to show you are all about how to put together a repeatable digital communication process that delivers a legendary experience. Now, before we dive in too deep into maximizing our effectiveness with the digital buyer, quick history lesson on the internet and the evolution of it. The biggest game changer for our industry was the smartphone. The smartphone changed the way people are able to communicate with us and shop for cars. It's taken the least educated person and made them educated buyers. The internet sites, options, and tools for customers continues to evolve at a rapid pace. And we must adapt, adjust, and evolve with it, because if we don't, we're going to face extinction. And the reality is that we're not internet salespeople. We're internet lead converters. Customers don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? We've all heard that. And we need to understand before being understood. What does that mean? We need to understand the customers, right? We need to understand what they're thinking, their mindset, what they're trying to accomplish if we're going to be effective at digital communication. You know, I saw a stat that 73% of customers will drive further for a great salesperson and an exceptional sales experience versus just the lowest price. Of course, price is important, but it really starts with the buying experience, because customers want to be treated with respect, and they want to deal with professional salespeople. And, you know, I think the biggest difference in today's world for us is customers have choices. Every dealership in the country is a click away from buying a vehicle. And what are you doing to create separation, right? Selling your difference, differentiate yourself from everybody else. Look, everybody's got the vehicles. The customers have the buyer's quadrant, right? The customer, when they walk on the lot, they're guarded. Okay? Why are they guarded? Well, fear of some sort. Afraid of paying too much, getting a bad deal, getting too much car, too little car, not enough car, whatever it is, there's a level of fear, right? They're guarded. So what's my job to do when they show up? It's obviously to lower the guard. And once they lower the guard, then they become open-minded, then they're confident in me, then they trust me, and that way I can have a successful negotiation. Well, how does that apply to us dealing with the digital lead, the internet lead? Well, it's still the same. They're still guarded. This is the beginning of their fear when they start sending these inquiries into us. And are we doing a good job of lowering the guard, or are we just that stereotypical salesperson that they think they're going to have to deal with? And my job is to deliver that seamless, quick, easy, and efficient car buying experience, but I have to reassure the customer that it's going to be different. Look, these customers want to feel like they're in control. They self-educated themselves, and that's my job. So one of the most important things you can do when you get these inquiries from customers is to read the inquiry to understand the customer, not just to reply to the customer. You know, I think so often we just reply. We got all these crappy old templates that go out, or maybe you got some good templates, but bottom line, it's a template. And I need to respond to that customer based on what they said. It's understand before being understood. So learn how that customer communicates. Figure out what are the challenges or their needs or desires or wants, and deliver solutions to the customer. And most important, when you're doing all those things, make sure you always include a call to action. Always, always, always drive them to the phone so you can make it even more seamless and get that customer into your dealership. So a common method on responding to new car internet leads is and has been to send multi-options. 36% of new car buyers and 55% of used car buyers considered both new and or used as an option when they were doing their shopping. And over 70% of customers ended up getting a different vehicle than the one they inquired on. Okay? Think about that. 70%, over 70% got something different than what they inquired on. And 4 out of 10 customers that inquired on a new vehicle, they ended up getting a pre-owned vehicle. It tells me that customers are flexible, and I understand sending options. The challenge we have with sending all those options, all the pictures, all the vehicle descriptions, is it's overwhelming, and that mindset was created when I opened up my email on a desktop computer. Okay, might have been a widescreen, might just be a little square one, but bottom line, it was easier to read those when it was being opened up on a computer versus on a smartphone. So when you do it, if you do multi-payments, okay, it can be a deal breaker if you overwhelm them. I'm not scrolling through all those vehicles. If you do multi-vehicles, I'm not scrolling through 5 different choices. So I want you to keep it simple. Less is more. And the challenge you'll have with sending out multi-vehicle options is you look like every other dealership, okay? If your dealer wants you to do it, you're gonna do it. But if you do, reduce the amount of copy, words that you put in, reduce the amount of pictures. Your whole goal is to drive them to the phone and be creative and unique when you send those multi-option emails. Lights, camera, action, right? We've all heard that saying. Well, it used to be a project to do any videos. It was a chore. You had to have full production. Not now. Every one of you guys have your camera on your phone. And video is king. And if you want to be the best communicator possible, you will maximize your video. You will send customers videos on a regular basis, talking about you holding your smartphone and walking around a car and using that with customers. Look, 65% of customers consider video an important part of their shopping and their buying experience. And with some dealerships I work with, we track this on sending video to customers. We would email and text personalized videos on every lead we would get. And when we emailed it, 8% of the videos got opened up, okay? So we send 100, 8 of them got watched. We text those same videos, 83% of those videos got opened up. And it's gold when you do it right, okay? So I guess understand, whenever you get an internet lead, a digital lead from, whether it's from your website, whether it's from a third-party provider, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's specific for a new car or specific on a used or just a general inquiry. I want you to send a 20, maybe 30-second video to the customer. Okay, now, when I tell you to do a video, I'm not talking about a selfie version. It's not about you, it's about the customer. It's about using the customer's name and using it often in the video. It's about it being personal and organic. It's short, sweet, but that is one of the things that separate you from all your competitors. So the internet lead comes in. If it's on a used car, before you respond to that customer, I want you to get up, walk out to that used car. I want you to grab your phone, you aim it on the car. Okay, start in the front, go counterclockwise, go clockwise, I don't care. All it is a quick little video, 30,000 foot view of what that car is. You end on your window sticker. If it's a used car, if you have window stickers on your used cars. If it's a new car, I want it specifically on that new car video also. And if it's a general, I want you to turn the phone around and sell the difference between you and anybody else that they'll be communicating to. So anytime you get the lead, if it's on a used car, walk out, 20 to 30 second video. If it's on a new car, walk out to that specific new car. It needs to be a 20 to 30 second video. Hey, again, 30,000 foot view. You're not trying to sell it. You're trying to sell the wow. Okay, you're trying to sell the difference between you and everybody else, the experience that you're going to give to them that they're not going to get at any other dealership they go to. When you do that, you're going to stand out above the crowd. And it shouldn't be something you do some of the time. That should be part of your initial response with every digital communication that you have. Digital communication is no longer a luxury. It's a fact of life for us in the car business. And I think that the most important takeaways to understand is when the customer's doing their research, when they start their information gathering, they are entering a series of elimination rounds, right? Elimination round number 1 is your website. Elimination round number 2 is the initial communication, digital communication from us. Elimination round number 3 is once we make that phone contact. Elimination round number 4 is when they show up at the dealership, physically face to face. And my goal is to not be eliminated throughout the entire process. It's also my job to create positive momentum in the entire process for the customer, to make it an exceptional experience. Understand the customer before being understood, right? They don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. Get to know the customer, communicate with them, not at them. And then as the communication process starts, let's make sure that we're really tracking so we know what our stats are, our current stats, our probabilities and our tendencies, so we can figure out where we need to get better. Are our emails being open? Or are they not being open? Is the customer responding to our text? Are they not responding? Are they watching our videos, right? The more areas I track, the easier it is to make sure that I'm delivering an exceptional experience. Also, when your emails go out and when your text, never forget, less is more. Short bullet points, 5 to 7 words, 2 to 3 bullet points is ideal. Make sure you remember words matter. Eliminate the deal breakers, replace them with the deal makers. And never, ever forget the video's king. Video is king. Personalized videos, organic. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be personal. And that's what's going to make you stand out above the crowd. And everything we talk about, the most important thing is that you're consistent and you create that repeatable process so you can duplicate success, so you can have continued success and always keep getting better. Do it now. There is no perfect time. Perfection's the enemy of progress. It's ready, fire, aim. Let's get this stuff started so you can become the master at digital communication.